Jason, are we finally at the point when we talk about quarterbacks that race doesn't enter the equation at all?
Well, Jeremy, what I can tell you is that based on my reporting, talking to NFL executives, talking to quarterbacks, it no longer factors in from the standpoint of, well, is a team not going to take a player because of that? No, that does not factor in anymore. And in fact, Jeremy, when you look at this group of quarterbacks this year, any team would love to have these guys. I mean, there's no question about their talent. There's no question about where they're at in the spectrum of the game right now.
Yeah, right now, we've got the four leaders in the QBR category: Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, 1 through 4. Lamar Jackson ranks 7th. We should take note of the year that Aaron Rodgers is having as well.
Yeah, probably.
But why now? Why 2019? Why is this season special?
Well, Jeremy, a lot of it just boils down to opportunity. Over the years, more opportunities, more guys from the grassroots level moving up, getting opportunities to play quarterback. And here's the thing. We entered this year in a situation we've never had before. Going into this season, we had the highest paid player was a black quarterback, Russell Wilson. He later got eclipsed by Jared Goff, but he had that title. You had the league, several of the top players at that position coming into the season are African-American quarterbacks. You had the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray out of Arizona, African-American quarterback. You had the reigning MVP, Patrick Mahomes. So this season was different just going into it, and really it's just a continuation of the fact that so many things going in were different.
Well, is there an historic turning point? We've talked about this before, how this is trickling up now from the grassroots of the game. African-American kids getting a chance to play quarterback who maybe a generation ago didn't get that chance at the high school level, then at the college level. And so we're seeing the fruits of that in the NFL. But when did it start turning in this direction?
Well, Jeremy, a lot of people want to point to Doug Williams' historic performance in the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos for the Washington Redskins. He was the MVP of that game. And clearly that was a major, major moment. But, in researching this and reporting this past year, you really look at Michael Vick being drafted #1 overall in 2001. After that, he was the first African-American quarterback taken in that spot. And you take a player at the top of the draft, the #1 overall pick. After that, a lot of things started to change in terms of the league's perception, I think, of African-Americans who are playing that position. And right now you have Cam Newton, who in 2015 was the MVP. Last year, Patrick Mahomes. And now Russell Wilson, is out there out front. So I really look at 2001 as really a turning point for a lot of things.
But we still have this season only 2 African-American head coaches in the NFL.
Yeah, and, you look at that and you say, well, that's a problem. And Roger Goodell has acknowledged, the commissioner of the NFL, has acknowledged the league has to do better with that. The league wants to do better with that. But when you talk about picking a head coach, that ultimately is the decision of the ownership. When you talk about picking a quarterback, the guy to lead your team, that's the whole organization, the football people, the scouting staff, the coaches. So I think really the coaching situation, the ownership, when you look at players, it's really a collective decision.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.